Yes, boss. 444 the world back in there again, man. You see the topic and what it is that we're talking about, right? Sometimes your own past experiences can block your blessings. If you never heard of that before, I'm glad I could run it and make it real suave, real easy for you. So here's the deal. If you're a person who's went through something in your life, whether it could be traumatic, something that let's say you were probably even raised in a shelter or a home, or you don't know what it's like to receive genuine love, or as I stated, you went through something traumatic, that can help shape and mold your future, can shape your mind as well, the way how you view things, the way how you view people, the perceptions that you gather. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you don't learn how to get out of that mindset and change it, that same mindset can come back and drown you in life. And I'm not going to say I'm a witness to this happening to me, but I can say this. If you've went through something traumatic or screwed up, it's something where it never really leaves your mind. It never goes away. It replays in your mind. So example, let's say you're a person who you probably got abused a lot as a child, or you feel me, taken advantage of, or if some people were in a situation where they were raped or whatever. You get what I'm saying? You can turn around and live with that pain, and you can move in that trauma as to where you don't want to move again, or you're going to stay in the pain, or you're going to stay in the trauma, or even if somebody comes along, you look at them like, oh, you're just another person who's going to do that to me. Understand this, right? In life, not everybody is the same, but not everybody you see is going to come along and do the same thing that you probably experienced when you were young, or whatever probably put you in a state of fear or a state of worry. Not everybody moves like that. Everybody in the world is different. Some people have integrity. Some people, they don't. Some people move like animals. Some people don't. So you have to understand that moving in survival or trying to be extra cautious, that can turn around and bite you in the ass. And I'm saying that as a live witness. You feel me? Example. Let's say, now everybody knows this, bro. My mom used to abuse me as a kid. Cool, right? I beat suicide. I beat all type of thoughts, right? I will say that from what my mom did to me, I wouldn't say I look at every woman like that, because I don't. But I can say this. Some people, if they aren't grounded a certain kind of way, and they feel like you could be an easy target, they'll want to play with you. You get what I'm saying? Or if some people feel like, not saying they can pull a wool over your eye, but if you're in a state of pain, let me see if I could put them in more pain. That's just me growing up in South Florida and seeing how people are screwed up down here. So that's why sometimes I think like that. You feel me? If you're used to a certain kind of way, or thinking, yo, this girl that comes along she's gonna cheat on me, or this dude who comes along, they're gonna put their hands on me. You're basically moving in a state of survival. And that thought process, it's like it's causing you to overthink, to where it's like you're putting the cart before the horse, if that makes sense. So it's like you just get a girl's number or whoever's number, right? And they probably say something or do something that reminds you of somebody who probably put you through some hell. You could probably revert back in your mind and be like, yo, I wonder if this person gonna say this next. Oh, yep. I knew it. Red flag number 2. I'm out of here. You got to be careful, and you can't do that. I'm not saying you can't. You can, but you're gonna screw yourself. That's you damn near cheddar bobbing yourself. You could put yourself in a state where you're pushing people away instead of allowing people to come in and be around you. That's something I cannot lie to you, bro. I wouldn't lie to you on this camera, bro. I'm a live witness. I do that shit now. You feel me? Sometimes when I get the notion, or I feel like this girl is full of shit, or she bullshitting me or whatever, I'm going to ask you some questions, or I probably might try and watch or see what's going on. Or if you give me some red flags, I'll probably just dead you right then and there. I wouldn't even give you a chance. You feel me? And it's a toxic, bad thing to do, but it's like you're moving in a state of caution and protection. And sometimes when you're doing that caution protection stuff, it not only hinders you and blocks blessings, but you're basically repeating the same script, dog. Okay, this person said this, they said this. It's like you're looking for a certain type of an expectation in your mind, as to where you feel like, yo, I knew it. This person was going to do it. You know what? I'm out of here. Not everybody is the same. And as well as that, understand this. If a person probably overlooked you, or whatever the case may be in life, That's completely fine. That's not a reason to try and chastise them. Oh, you wasn't trying to fuck with me when this, that, and the third, or this, that, blase, squaze. If that's an X of certain shit, then kudos to you. Say or do whatever you want. But sometimes some people are on a different timeline or a different time space from you. So that can cause them to be wrapped up in a whole nother space where they probably might have overlooked you, or they probably had somebody occupying their time, or they were naive to that situation and now they got knowledge and see, yo, I don't want a person like this. I need somebody completely different. You feel me? You got to understand that everybody, especially in our community, the black community, there's a lot of trauma in our community, a lot of broken households, a lot of broken dynamics, as in some people weren't raised with parents. Some people were raised with parents. Some people had to stay with their aunts and uncles. Some people had to stay with their grandparents. Everybody's situation is different. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you went through something traumatic, the best thing I could ever tell you, and I kind of sound like a hypocrite for saying this because I haven't done it yet, go seek therapy. Go get help. You feel me? Me personally, as to why I'd say I haven't gotten therapy, I'm a stubborn individual, bro. And this gonna sound stupid, but for me to know I didn't cause any problems or harm in my life and now I have to go through and get therapy for something that somebody did to me or put me in that state of, it's like it's stupid. You feel me? But then again, I try and coach myself through certain things to get better, find outlets, things to get better, deal with my depression or like however I feel. But the best thing you could do is go to therapy, dog. If you can go to therapy and withstand it, bro, go ahead and do it. You feel me? Like I said, it sounds kind of like, why would you tell somebody to go to therapy if you're not going? Like I said, I'm a stubborn ass individual. I kind of like shut down super fast if I feel like I'm not being heard or you're not understanding me. I don't like repeating myself too much. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of stupid in a way, but it's like, it is what it is. You feel me? So understand this, right? Therapy would help you out in the situation because of the fact of therapy is supposed to be a time where you can release or express how you feel. You're talking with somebody who has experience. Make sure the therapist you speak with is somebody who has the experience, who has the emotional and mental capacity to where they can listen to you. Or if you feel like this person isn't a fit, pick up and go get another therapist because it's your future, it's your mental health, it's your state of being. You feel me? As well as that, right? I did state that. Thinking that people are going to hurt you like the last person. So when you're moving in a state of fear or in a state of hurt, that's how you're moving, in a state of fear. That can in turn become what? Your reality as to how you move in fear with everything. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you feel like being in a relationship makes you claustrophobic or puts you in a state of panic or I got to be on high alert, don't even do it. Go get therapy before you even go ahead and do that shit. I'm saying that because it's like, me personally, as much as I told you certain stories about my mom, like the way how my mom made me feel, bro, like I felt like I was in hell for real. You feel me? Before the world could put you in a state of hell or life, the ups and downs, my mom put me in that before anything. Any outsider, any friend, anybody who tried to come at me a certain, my mom did all of that shit to me first. You feel me? And when my mom put me in that state of hell, it's like I was trapped there because my mom would do things to put obstacles in my way as to where I couldn't get out. So sometimes I never feel like I'd see the light of day again or the light of day or light at the end of the tunnel as to where I'm going to get out of this and save my mental health. Bro, I used to contemplate suicide like all day long, bro. All day long. But it's something that kept me here, bro. Like, whether it's like, I'm going to be real, I'm a fat boy. Whether it's like, a new dessert finna come out or I'm going to go try this or I'm going to go to this spot over here. That's what kept me going until I was able to come out and understand, look, there's light eventually at the end of the tunnel. You have to find that shit. If you're in a state of abuse or you're in a screwed up predicament, like a traumatic situation, like a bad neighborhood or a bad toxic family dynamic, there's a way that you can get out of that. You just have to fight for it. Believe in it first that you're going to get out of there and you have to fight for that shit. You get what I'm saying? You being in a state of trauma or in a screwed up predicament where you feel like you cannot see the light of day, that's screwed up, bro. I'm not saying it's your fault, but think about it. That's a screwed up feeling to be in. It's not like you rightfully put yourself there. You feel me? You're in that situation. It's like a cage or like a prison. So you got to what? You got to find a way to escape. If you don't escape, then what's going to happen? You finna drown. You feel me? So you got to understand that doing these things or finding a way or an outlet or another avenue or something else that can save your mental state as to where you don't feel like you're in that lack survival state or you're not going to burn out a blessing or opportunity that's given to you. You feel me? Because the last thing you want to do is be a person that cheddar bobs themselves and you're the one who's screwing up your own blessings now. And this is something I'm going to teach you as well, right? When people put you in a screwed up toxic dynamic or a screwed up situation, they want you to end up in a situation or a state of doubt and lack as to where you screw up your situation now. I don't got to do it to you now. You're the one that's doing it. Example into that. Remember, at one point in time, there was some serious racism where it used to be white people out here doing certain things to black people. Now times have changed. We're doing it to ourselves now. You get what I'm saying? That's how some people want it to be. Yo, I'm going to be the one that's hurting you, but eventually you're going to have to start hurting yourself because you've been what? You've been programmed so long. I've been taking away opportunities from you. It's going to eventually put you in a state of fear to where you're going to start taking away opportunities from what? Yourself. You got to think about these things, bro. I don't make videos to put anybody down. I just want you to have that awareness as to where you don't go off like get to the point of no return like I have. Really and truly, I don't really have the emotional capacity in me as to where I care about a relationship or I care about certain shit like that. I really don't. It's sad as hell, but it is what it is. It's life. So once you understand these little things, you understand these concepts, how to get yourself together, how to make sure you're not in a state of survival, it's going to teach you how to think from another aspect as to where you see life on the other side of the game, as to where you run free away from that traumatic story that you know or that traumatic background that you know. You get what I'm saying? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I just want to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. 440 for the world, man. Just remember this in life. Yes, people are going to do things screwed up to us. You just have to be the person that knows how to rewrite your own story so you don't end up falling into the games that other people planned for you. You don't fall into the traps other people set for you. You rewrite your story and you do it in an amazing way. You get what I'm saying? If you have kids, any way that you can save or help them as to where they can't experience or see you go through that trauma or that toxic pattern as to where it's passed down to them, if you get what I mean, do that, bro. Like whatever you can do to make yourself better or get yourself into a newer state of mind, do that. But always remember, light will be at the end of the tunnel if you believe it'll be there. You feel me? Faith without work is dead. If you work towards something, a newer day will come for you. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, just never forget where you're coming from and where you're going. And once you get to your destination, if you could turn around, help somebody out, give some advice, help a younger version of yourself, why not do that? You feel me? 440 for the world, man. Peace.